everyone, my name is Komal Darira and I am the founder of Women for World. Today I'm really excited. So, welcome to yet another episode of Women in Travel. For all of you who are watching for the first time, Women in Travel is a YouTube chat series where we invite amazing women from all corners of the world to discuss about their journeys, the challenges they have taken, and how they overcome those challenges. And they would be providing certain solutions, alternatives, and outcomes from their journey, which you can implement in your life. And these women are trying to make this industry a very warm and better place for all the freshers. So a big kudos to all these amazing women. And today's topic of discussion is entrepreneurship. And for this discussion, I have a very, very, very special guest with me. But before I introduce her, I know you can see her, but before I introduce her, I want to share a beautiful quote which motivates her a lot. Don't let anyone rob you of your imagination, your curiosity, or your creativity. It's your place in the world. It's your life. Go on and do all you can with it and make the life you want to live. As inspiring as this quote is, I'm so pleased to introduce Miss Nishtha Joshi, who is the founder of Walkathon Tours. She introduces herself as a believer, storyteller, explorer, foodie, and social media addict. And for me, the best social media content creator I've seen as a guide. So welcome, Nishtha. It's a pleasure to have you with us on Women in Travel today.
Thank you so much. Such a warm introduction. Thank you so much. And I'm super excited and looking forward for this session now.
Thank you so much, Nishtha. So without wasting any time, let's jump on our first question. That tell us about your journey as an entrepreneur in the tourism industry.
Proper roller coaster ride. That's the one thing that I would really like to tell you. You know, when you are there on this roller coaster, you are enjoying, but at the same time, sometimes you feel, why I am on this ride? Let me just get off. I want to, live my life properly. I don't want to have those ups and downs. But as I said, it's a roller coaster ride. It's been just 3 years, and I feel there are just like 3 different stops which have come so far, miles and miles to go. Sometimes it is overwhelming. You learn so much, not only about your work, your product, your service, but about your own self. You learn about so many people, and that is what I have done during these 3 years. I have learned about my own likings, my dislikings. I have learned a lot about my own temperament, and this journey is definitely teaching me each and every day. Every day I get up, there is something or the other which is definitely going to hit me right here and tell me this is right, this is wrong, you have to do this, you don't have to do that. So the learning is there, the curiosity is there, the creativity is there, and this journey is giving me that.
That's beautiful, Nishtha. I mean, so well explained. And to be honest, if you don't follow Nishtha on Instagram, you need to just go and just follow her right now, because she's so good. Like, every information you pass on. I read one of your posts where you were in a library and you were reading a lot of books, and you told that how much time you intake to give that 1 minute of information, how much research goes in. And that actually shows the power of a storyteller and a guide. So, like, kudos to the work you're doing, man. Like, great work. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, moving on to the next question. So, generally, when we start any business, and especially in this industry, there are a lot of challenges. In your journey as an entrepreneur, and that too a female entrepreneur, what were the biggest challenges which you faced when you stepped into the industry with your brand Walkathon?
Okay, the biggest challenge I would say was the ideological differences that I was having with the people. Let me just give a brief about my company Walkathon. So in Walkathon, I basically concentrate on the offbeat experiences. And people in the tourism industry, they have this romance with the typical touristy sites. And I wanted to get away with that. I was like, no, I need to do something apart from it. India, Delhi, any other place, any other state, city you take, they are more than the touristy places that you see. And I wanted to scratch that surface, and I wanted to, find that particular adventure that people can find in the travel, and that was missing. And when I said that the biggest challenge was the ideological difference, it happened when I started going to the different DMCs and travel agencies and the travel agents with the kind of walks and the experiential tours which I was offering. And the biggest question, the big question mark was there on their face, and they were like, yeah, it's good, it's nice, it's good for us Indians, but we are not going to sell it off. It's not going to sell it off. We cannot do the marketing of the same, You just do the typical touristy sites and get away with it. And I was like, no, that's not going to happen. I need to scratch the surface. I need to literally tell people that you need to find adventure in the travel. For you, that adventure can be of food, that can be yoga, that can be the indigenous people, that can be spirituality, that can simply be architecture or anything. And slowly and slowly, I was going to the different places, not so positive response, and I was like, I need to do something. And there actually came the power of social media. I started putting up the videos and the photographs and everything of that sort out there, and people started looking at it. And I made sure, all these people who I used to meet, they should be added on my Facebook or Instagram so that they get to know. And I started conducting the walks for the students, and I used to make it as interesting as possible. And that is how I think I sort of overcame this one particular challenge. And the second one is that, as I said, that I am concentrating on the offbeat things. Yes. So every now and then I need to find something new. I need to find a new story. I need to read so much for that. So sometimes, it becomes really very, very irritating. You don't want to do that. You don't want to go out and explore. It's cold, it's hot, it's rainy. But, this is one of the challenge, to curate things which are not usual. And you have to be on your toes 24/7, think and question yourself that how better you can present your own city.
I actually love this because I think in building in the younger tourism professionals, I would rather say there's a generation gap in tourism. And that's yes. What I felt when I started as a guide, that we can't go to only UNESCO monuments and say that this is tourism, isn't it?
Right.
Tourism is more about like the local stuff which we do, which maybe foreigners would love. And because I've worked in inbound tourism industry from past 7 to 8 years now, I think the kind of walks you are doing are the best way to show your city to the person who's new to it, rather than the monuments only. So right. I hope that after this interview, I know you're doing a great job, and obviously things have changed and flipped now, and people really want to work with you, because I have had the pleasure to have work with you in a webinar, like as a guest. We both were present, and I could hear what kind of work you're doing. So it's a great thing. And thank you so much for sharing your challenge with us, Nishtha. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
So now moving on to the next question, which is, how did you cope up with the challenges and with the reaction of certain people, if you know which people I'm talking about, as watching female leaders is pretty unusual for people in the industry. And when I say female leaders, it doesn't only come up to you being a founder, but also being a guide, being a tour leader. What gave you the strength to keep moving?
Okay, let me just start with the strength part first.
Yeah.
And for me, that's my family. From day one till today, it's my mom, my dad, and my sister who they keep on pushing me. And they just tell me, go out, explore. The world is yours. If you think that it is yours, then it is only going to become yours. Otherwise, we just take, and I am honestly speaking, I'm a very positive person in general. I cannot be pessimistic about things. Even if right now, as you know, the situation, COVID is going on, everybody is talking so many things against the industry. There is a lot of loss. I completely understand, but still, I am hopeful. As I always say, I'm a very hopeful believer. And that is what I think really, really helped me. And it keeps on pushing me. And coming back to that, how I actually, deal with people who are actually not so used to see those female leaders particularly. I don't give a damn. Honestly, you need to live your life just on your own terms, and don't let anyone define you, because there is always, people come up with their preconceived limitations about the industry, about your gender, about every little thing that you do in your life. So you do not have to take that on yourself. Just listen to them, let it be. If you are passionate about something, go for it. And that is what I have done. And coming back to this one part of your question, that how did I overcome the challenges? I think the social media, the smile, the positivity, and talking to people like you who have, I mean, seriously, I have met such amazing people in this industry, women like you who are promoting things. That is superb. That is what, which they can actually help you sail through those tough times.
Exactly, and I can't agree more that so today's advice, guys, is don't give a damn, follow your dreams, and it's
True.
very important. I got such a
Yes.
nice thing. So, like, I do that actually every day. I wake up in the morning. I used to do that as a guide, that listen from this year and just let this go out from that year and just do
Right.
what your heart says. And I think that's
Exactly.
yeah,
Right.
I agree to it. Thank you so much for sharing this with us, Nishtha. Now, moving on to our last question, which is, as a successful female who has been able to create a place for her in the industry, what suggestions would you like to give to all those who wish to implement their ideas but somehow are afraid to take on this journey of entrepreneurship in this industry?
Once again, I would like to focus on this part. Don't let people define you, and don't let their preconceived limitations stop you from that. This is your life. That is one thing, that the one advice that I would like to give them is that this is your life. You have to do something that, at the end of the day, you don't look back and say, oh, my life would have been so much better if I would have done it. Don't take things that seriously. Follow your passion. Just think that, this is something that I love doing, I would love to do, I would like to share this with people, and I have the caliber and talent to do that. And I think you are good to go. Just go for it. The world is nice. You just need to adapt to that. That is it. And just have that positive attitude, and things, maybe sooner or later, they will fall into place if you you are actually passionate about something.
That's another amazing advice, that go for your dreams and don't wait for anything, because obviously we don't want to be like after 20 years that yaar agar main kar leti to ye hota wo hota. It's good to like give it a go. I agree, I can't agree more to it. Thank you so much, Nishtha, for your inspiring answers and for sharing your journey. But stay tuned, because Nishtha's story would be on our Instagram, and you can check our Instagram and read her full story in detail, and obviously follow her and get in touch with Nishtha if you have any questions. I hope Nishtha would love to take you around the city and like guide you around if you want to get into tourism industry as a female and you're feeling like you need to talk to somebody. Nishtha is the person. And thank you so much, Nishtha, for joining us today. And
Pleasure, absolute pleasure. Loved it, and all the very best for these series. And I'm sure that more and more people are going to connect. They are going to be in touch with us, and we are going to make like a nice, safe, and positive environment for the women in this entire world. Let's have this nice, strong community.
thank you so much, Nishtha. Fingers crossed, we would be having more amazing ladies for sure on board. So this is it for today, guys. If you want to check out our previous videos, they're on YouTube. If you want to check out more content, it's on Women for World's Instagram. The details are in our bio. And the Nishtha's Instagram account detail would be on our bio too. If you want to check her Instagram, just go and follow her, because if you want to learn about tourism, she's the right person. So thank you again, Nishtha, for joining us today. And it's time to say goodbye. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.